us on as a nation. But before we proceed to talk about what is happening in this little country, I want to chant Psalm 27, my favorite psalm, and also one of the favorite psalms of the former Prime Minister of the Grenadines. The Lord is my light and my salvation, whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life, of whom shall I be afraid? When the wicked, even my enemies and my foes, come upon the dreams of my flesh, they stumble and fell. One host shall encamp against me, my heart shall not fear. Though war shall rise against me, in this will I be confident. One thing have I desired of the Lord, that I'll seek after, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to behold the beauty of the Lord, and to inquire in his temple. For in the time of trouble he shall hide me in his pavilion. In the secret of his tabernacle shall he hide me. He has set me upon a rock. And now shall my head be lifted up above my enemies round about me. Therefore will I offer in his tabernacle sacrifices of joy. I will sing praises unto the Lord. Hear, O Lord, when I cry with my voice. Have mercy upon me and answer me. When thou saidest, seek ye my face, my heart said unto thee, thy face, Lord, will I seek. Hide not thy face far from me. Put not thy servant away in anger. Thou hast been my help. Leave me not, neither forsake me, O God of my salvation. When my father and my mother forsake me, then the Lord will take me up. Teach me thy way, O Lord, and lead me a plain path, because of mine enemies. Deliver me not over unto the will of mine enemies, for false witnesses that rise up against me, and such as breed out curse. I had fainted unless I believed to see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. I want to repeat this verse. I had fainted unless I believed to see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. Wait on the Lord. Be of good courage, and he shall strengthen thy heart. Wait on the Lord. This is the word of God. Thanks be to God. Now, my brothers and sisters, welcome to another program. On Thursday, 28th of May. I want to talk to you about a number of things. And I want you to bear with me, because I have not much of a kind word for some people. And you know why? Because you don't seek to oppress the working people, while I have health and strength, while I have life. You don't seek to oppress the working people, and I am able to respond. And that is what seems to be coming from the new government. The new Democratic Party. But before I do so, I want to talk about Renwick Rose. Because Renwick Rose passed yesterday afternoon and he's gone beyond to the great beyond. He has left the life of pain and misery in his last days because of the cancer that afflicted him. But Renwick Rose, to my mind, to my experience, to my knowledge, Renwick has done so much to the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Through his work of ensuring that the children of the poor were able to obtain scholarships in Cuba. And his work exposing oppression in people of this country. Yes. His life was centered around that. And all of us, as Vincentians, must say kudu, must give praise to the life and time Renwick Kamara Rose. He was our chairman at the Solidarity Car Park. He was the chairman of SPG Solidarity in Action Inc. that ran the car park in Kingstown. And the work of the car park reflected the mind, and the aspirations and the desire of Renwick Rose for Vincentians. Through Renwick's insistence and intervention, we were able to educate a number of children for workers and farmers. Through Renwick Rose's involvement, we were able to send a number of people overseas for medical intervention. Through Renwick Rose, we were able to help numerous sporting organizations, numerous steel orchestras, and numerous persons who desire help to make their lives better. That is the work of SVG Solidarity in Action Inc., influenced by Renwick Rose as chairman. When he took ill, he invested his confidence in me to continue his work in SVG Solidarity in Action Inc., which I did with pride and with the knowledge that this is what Renwick wants. Renwick could be buried sometime during the middle of next month And I must dare say that St. Vincent and the Grenadines has said and fair goodbye to a man whose heart was in the right place on behalf of the poor and oppressed. Goodbye, Renwick. We will miss you. And I know for sure that your soul is going to rest with the Most High. Now, this afternoon, I am compelled to deal with one issue, because only one I could deal with at a time, of the attempt by the ruling NDP to distract and to oppress the people of this country. Their desperation is getting more evident. They are sounding more like the Trump administration in the United States of America, who is leading America down a path of destruction, but trying to tell the people that they're improving things on their behalf. But I want to tell you, Vincentians, and the working people who I have dedicated my life to represent, that that is not a fact. That is not a fact. That what we have is some rectangular pegs placed in some round holes. Not a square peg, because square peg would create leakage, yes, but not as much as a rectangular peg. I read with dismay and it created a compulsion for me to come to the working people of this country and refute all of what was said in that post. That post reminded me of the posts that are being made by Donald Trump 12, 1 and 2 o'clock in the morning.
Well, the time when it wasn't off. Because something like 4 in the morning.
Yes, because he can't sleep. He can't live with himself.
I tell you.
That is why he's done what he's done.
What a senseless tirade that was.
Sleepless nights he's having. Because he knows that he's oppressing the people. And the country is going down a path that they cannot justify. So, out of desperation, this post was penned. It blow your mind. You can't believe that a person could be so callous, so off course, that it disrupts your function when you read it. This post by Philip Jackson who, in my mind, and I've made my analysis from that article, is a very or an extremely dishonest individual. Very dishonest. He's talking about Ralph's ego trip. What is his?
Exactly.
What is his?
Exactly.
What is his ego trip?
It's like the pot trying to call the kettle black.
No.
You understand?
And what kind of pot? His pot is a pot that gone on wood fire. Wood fire. Which is extremely black. He's saying that Ralph's ego trip has left a trail of destruction of social and economic disaster.
When I read that first line, I didn't even want to continue because that made no sense. But because I heard people talking, right? I was like, let me.
Well, I had to read on.
Let me try and figure out what he's trying to say.
I determined in reading the first part that what is below is worst. So I had to continue to read. Because he is saying that. And is saying that it will take many years to repair.
You mean the damage that they're doing now?
That's the point.
I bet he says so.
The repair that they're talking about is going to be to the detriment of the poor.
Exactly.
Because what he's going to do, and what he's saying, but not saying, is that they are going to take measures that are going to impact the poor negatively.
Yes.
That's what he's saying. And you got to be able to analyze the things that is being said. Because when you're telling me, who've been living here all my life.
That was my question. Where
and
he live?
Who have spent 17 years under the NDP administration.
Come on, man.
And you are telling me that what Ralph has left is going to take many years to repair.
My question was where he live.
It's telling me that whatever you're going to do is going to be to the detriment of the poor. Because my experience is that I have been on the streets of St. Vincent and the Grenadines during the 14 out of the 17 years. 14!
That's right.
So they had 3 years to do things in favor of the people. But I was on the road, on the street, in the corners, on the radio, on the television for 14 out of the 17 years of the NDP, seeking to get them to do things in favor of the working people and the poor. And nothing happened. Nothing. In fact, under the New Democratic Party, we had one of the longest economic drought in the history of this country. We had the longest wage freeze for the working people of this country. Longest.
Facts.
And the only time we got an increase was when the NDP was trying to convince the people to give them all 15 seats. And they went and give an increase in the minimum wage and then get all 15 seats. After that, nothing. Zero. Zilch. So what Philip Jackson is talking about? What is he talking about? What you've had under the ULP is 4 increases in the minimum wage during the period that they were in office. 4 increases. We have had to make adjustments to our collective agreement to match.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
The SRNO that was passed to bring the minimum wage into place. We have had to do that. We have had to fight under the NDP to get increases in our collective agreement. We're not even talking about the SRNOs.
Philip like he was living under a stone. He was a mullet or a crab.
Oh, boy.
And when you see him passing, don't be afraid. You people, you NDP people too, because you are going to suffer too. Don't be afraid to say, or say meow. Because that's what he is.
Oh, boy.
It's ridiculous what this guy has written. And anybody who knows or who live in St. Vincent, who know what has been happening in St. Vincent, would wonder if this guy is qualified to be Minister of Education.
That is it.
They would question whether he's qualified to be Minister of Education or a minister at all because of the lack of integrity that has been exposed by himself. Widespread poverty. Yeah?
Does he think it's Haiti?
Jesus Christ. Forgive me for calling the name of the Lord, but I'm not doing it in vain, really. I'm doing it for a cause, for a reason.
You understand?
Widespread poverty? Well,
it really sounds like a 40 morning rant to shoot it. What do you mean?
That ain't a 40 morning rant.
I tried to find it back. I tried to
that
find
is
the
a
actual thing.
desperation. Trying to justify what is happening. Can't sleep. Can't rest properly because he know what is happening. But he's part of an administration that wants to be in office for a while.
I tell you.
And believe that because in the election campaign they were able to fool people and get elected, that they could continue to do so. But you can't do so. You can't continue to, because already there are people who are calling for the removal of the NDP. Already. There are people who are saying that they regret they voted.
I just want to thank my secretary for sending it to me. Yeah.
So, don't think that you can fool the people. We have had to take tremendous measures. And when I say we, from the trade union movement, we supported the ULP administration. And I, based on the policies and the ideological position of the ULP.
Not to cut you off, do you have it? The actual thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right.
That's where I get to. That's where I get to make the notes from.
Right.
You know, but I can't read the whole thing, because I take out the few things that I want to expound on. But the entire post is a joke. 4
paragraphs of nonsense.
Nonsense. Everybody I speak to on this article, they're wondering if it's a man, if it's a sane person.
Who wrote this? Because it comes off as a proper tirade.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Or the man was consumed. He consumed a whole bottle of strong rum. Huh? You know?
Oh.
Widespread poverty. We were second to Haiti.
Come on.
Because of the policies of the NDP.
Exactly.
Second to Haiti. We have had to take all kind of measures to go upwards in the international indices.
And succeeded. Exactly.
Succeeded.
Yeah.
When the international institutions made the assessment and evaluation of St. Vincent, we passed. We were upwards.
That's right. So we could no longer
the totem pole as it relates to poverty.
We
and
could no longer apply for certain things
that's the point.
You know, as low tier.
In fact, because of that, we were graduated to middle income.
Precisely.
But who the hell is Philip Jackson talking this foolishness here and trying to justify the nonsense that they're doing to the people in this country? Yeah? We were basically evaluated and promoted to low income, which means we couldn't get low interest loans.
Right.
Anymore.
Yes.
That's a country that had widespread poverty under NDP. They were widespread poverty under NDP. and they were refused debt forgiveness. You remember that?
Yeah, he feel we forget that.
They were refused debt forgiveness because they were not complying with international regulations.
That's right.
As it relates to your ability to get money to borrow and to get debt forgiveness and so on and so forth. For where he was under a stone.
It piece of the ignorance. Release the minds of your tired and confused supporters that you're stringing along your fantasies.
Yeah,
but this reads like a fantasy.
Yeah, but the point I'm making
oh jeez.
In addition to him saying that there were widespread poverty, he is also admitting that there are billion-dollar projects.
Come on.
Where the hell they come from?
I tell you.
Who can lend us money? A country that is mired in poverty can't pay its debt.
That's it.
Would not be able to pay its debt, would not be able to service its people.
Mm-hmm.
So where you going to get money to put to institute billion-dollar project? But he is admitting that we had billion-dollar projects.
Exactly.
But he forgetting Otley Hall. We had any project that came close to Otley Hall? None. Everyone was successfully organized and executed.
That's right.
And completed. Otley Hall is the only project that the NDP did. The only large project that the NDP did.
Yep, and
but
it was a
failed.
Catastrophic failure.
You had people going before the what you call him? Telford judges. And admitting that they put in the accounts an opener for 2,000 US.
I tell you.
Well, that opener, you have to speak to it and it opened the can. I wonder where Philip Jackson was during all them times.
You're talking as like somebody who know bad. You understand?
You understand?
Yeah.
Like an infant.
I tell you.
And he's trying to direct those things towards Ralph Gonsalves. Well, Ralph shouldn't respond to him, and he should leave him to people like me and others. Because I'll tell you the truth.
But you know that's not the man. You understand?
I tell you the truth.
You know that's not the man. He ain't going to take that line, though.
Ralph would not even want him to bring water for him. Because he's afraid that he'll spill it.
I tell you.
So he should not respond to him. He should leave it to other persons. But we had billion-dollar projects invested in this country that has brought us to where we are.
That's right.
That has helped to elevate poverty or reduce poverty in the country. That is why people on the road, on the street, is now saying that they can't afford to buy a paper towel on the road. They can't afford to buy things that they used to purchase on the road. The people who selling on the road is saying that they can't afford, they're not getting little things sell that they used to get sell.
Yeah, fact.
Why that is happening? Because of the billion-dollar projects that that were instituted and benefited the poor and working people. So, if you're writing, you must think about what you're writing, and if you don't have nothing to write, don't write. So that you won't look stupid. Because, the people say, if you don't have nothing to say, shut up. Don't say anything. Because when you open your mouth, you're going to make people know how stupid you are. And this is what has happened here with Philip Jackson. Now the country knows how stupid he is. Because there are people who went and vote NDP who don't agree with what has been written here. And I was cautioning them as a trade unionist, as a person representing the working people, that don't take what you're getting under the ULP for granted, because you would not get better under the NDP.
Facts.
And it's facts. It has come to pass. It has come to pass. There were NDP supporters who are doing well under the ULP.
Absolutely.
And felt that if they continue to support the NDP, their life would be better. Instead, it is worse.
No, they know.
And whose life is not worse yet? It's stagnated. It's just a matter of time. You know?
My friend Trisha says, the day you accomplish half of what Ralph Gonsalves did, then I will listen to you.
The guy is talking about violent crimes.
I tell you.
Eh? And the young lives being lost. But they are begging for help now to curtail violent crimes.
I tell you.
ULP still in office? Ralph Gonsalves still in office? Eh? They're begging for help.
In the mines. You understand?
They're asking the community to help them identify and to do this and do that. Why? Why are you doing that? And you putting these things in black and white and sending it out for people to read. You had to be a comedy. You had to be a comedy. Yeah?
Oh, boy.
You had to be very, very stupid.
That's all the Minister of Education, you understand?
Well, he's misplaced.
I tell you.
He's a rectangular peg in a wrong hole, you know? And we need to understand that. He's talking about the worst case of national debt. Okay. We may never reach $3 billion. But we have something to show. One, employment. Two, the question of poverty and indigence, the elevation. Three, the housing stock in the country.
Yep, absolutely.
It has never been like this. It's still understood. Because if you go around, you'd see.
That's right. Health services, the list goes on and on and on and on.
Jesus, man.
You understand?
Look, you're getting me upset.
Naturally.
Getting me upset. You know? You talking about national debt. Which country don't have a high national debt? And the countries who don't have a high national debt, the people living in poverty and indigence. That's a fact. That's a fact. Or they are extremely rich. They have oil and all kind of thing.
Yep.
What we have? You tell me, Philip, what we have? Huh? So that we wouldn't have a debt. But the fact is, even though we had a debt, we were able to pay our public servants. We were able to pay our bills. Maybe some delay in some. But with our debt, the country's debt.
That's right.
Was paid all the time.
We're not on any blacklists.
No blacklist at all.
None.
And we had plans to get more money to borrow to do further projects. So what Philip is talking about? No wonder he didn't pass his PhD. Huh? Because he didn't have the capacity.
Oh, lad.
To understand and to facilitate that kind of education. You know? Yes.
Oh, lad.
I mean, I have to talk about it. I have to say it. And anybody who knows me know that I don't speak with water in my mouth. You know? The guy, Annie Carrion Jackson, that's the thing that hurt in me. He's Philip Jackson.
Is a cousin?
I'm Noel Jackson.
Is a cousin?
It's possibility. You know?
Wait a
Where he
minute.
get this personality from?
I tell you.
Eh? Where he get it from? Well, it seems like it's happening with some of my family all around. I'll come to that later on. So, all you realize that the NDP couldn't pay our university students' school fee. That they were put out of school.
Yep.
Some had to come home. And for the 25 years that Ralph Gonsalves and the Unity Labour Party has been in power, that never happened.
I tell you. Shame they bring from we by.
What is this guy talking about? All he is doing now is making us bringing those things back to people's attention. You know? Because the NDP didn't have a big debt. But they weren't paying people school fee, they weren't doing anything to help poor people. So, what are you talking about? Every effort, people are calling in, people are putting on social media that they miss the ULP and Ralph Gonsalves, because if the ULP was still there and Ralph Gonsalves was still there, their bills would have been paid, their medical bills would have get help with that. But that is why we have a high debt. There's something to show for it.
So everybody kind of had the question now with the exams and all finish and thing and so on, if they could be still offering, the monies for students and thing. Everybody watching that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wondering.
We had one, the guy saying we had one of the worst debt in the world, you know. One of the worst debt in the world. But
that's a Klong statement.
It's a Klong statement. There are some countries, the debt is 200 and something percent
of the GDP. Exactly. Yes.
The United States is 129% of the GDP.
The only thing that's saving them is that they print their own money.
Yeah, that's the point. That's the point.
And there's still trillions of dollars in debt.
Trillions of dollars in debt.
Yeah.
Credit card debt in America is over $3 trillion.
Trillion with a T. Yeah.
But this guy is talking about we have one of the worst debt in the world. A man who was studying to pass an exam for a PhD. And they take him and install him as Minister of Education.
Should have stayed in school.
He should have still been studying to pass the PhD. That's what should have been happening. You know? And people must not be afraid, you know, people like that. When they pass, you must cup your hand over your mouth and call them names. Funny names, false names that basically fits them. Fits the demeanor and their personality. Yes, humiliate them. Because this is oppression at its highest order. Oppression at the highest order that you experience coming from the post made by Minister of Education Philip Jackson. He's also talking about societies, organizations were targeted for ruin and victimization. Which one? And why you're not saying which organizations? Why you're not giving figure? Say.
Yeah.
So that people could read it.
Yeah, if you're making such an allegation.
One research, yes.
You understand? Talk where you are to talk.
Which society organizations were targeted for ruin and victimization? Which? What happened is that the NDP has tried, wide in opposition, to see how much it could influence the NGOs, the sporting organizations, in order to use it to jockey themselves into political office. What is happening now that they're in political office? That is what Philip Jackson needs to say. Because as far as I know, those organizations are still in the same position and they're going to get worse because there's going to be a deterioration. Because instead of they wait for the IMF to come to them and say, your economy is not in good shape, they went to the IMF to get an excuse.
Yes.
And the excuse they get is the IMF tell them, well, you can't touch VAT. You have to leave VAT at 16%.
You notice they're making mention.
That's the point I'm making to you.
They're making mention of the IMF, I get it though. Yeah.
But they went to the IMF.
Exactly.
And whatever the IMF told them clearly.
They go there hot and sweaty.
The IMF told them clearly, why the debt is high is because of the $1 million projects and so on that the ULP government has been. But
Yes.
you have to take that and run and say, boy, let me cool it.
That's the thing, they couldn't run because remember they put him on the podium, you know. They put him on the podium with the hope. I don't understand that he would have said something in their favor. That was their great hope. They understand? They say, yeah, well, they put him on the thing and so on and thing, and they expose them.
Yeah.
And what was exposed?
Yeah. So the fact of the matter is
Certain nonsense.
that the IMF has told them clearly why you have a big debt. And you have something to show.
And they said it was manageable. They didn't condemn it.
Of course they said it was manageable.
They didn't condemn it.
So now they come back home and they ain't have nowhere to go. So in desperation, they start to go. The same thing with Friday. For Fisherman's Day.
Oh, yes.
Friday say, we neglect everything. I mean, I can't understand that. You know? I can't understand
you
that.
see we go carry it in the fish market, you feel ashamed?
Yeah. These guys are really joke. They want to compare Ralph Gonsalves with other persons and saying that he ain't fit to be this. But why reputable and international organization are recognizing Ralph? You
understand?
It's because he ain't fit.
Well, they got boss out there too. You saw the list.
If I saw the list.
Well, the thing about the list, I only saw the top 25, right? But then when name came and revealed the whole list, Farm Boy and thing. Because when I saw the 25, I said, well, imagine you ain't even make the 25. And you tell yourself you're so bright. So my boy revealed the whole list now. You understand? And he there somewhere like 1,000.
But you lucky get to 1,000?
Yeah.
You lucky get to 1,000?
And the deputy is above he.
How shameful that is.
I tell you.
And disgraceful that is.
And I think Bruce is above the deputy. Yeah. Something so let's go.
Bruce?
Yeah.
To do what?
Yeah, ask me.
How Bruce get it? Because he's a lawyer?
More than likely.
Yeah, more than likely. Because he has a legal degree. You know? But you didn't say anything about Bruce? You say about Bruce?
Snail and things.
Snail?
Yeah.
We can't even, if you go pick up snail, you can get a bucket.
Snail man.
I'm telling you, he's a snail in truth, you know. You see how he just move. Yeah. Come blast it, snail. Yeah. Look.
You're talking agriculture, I got to big up Fitz again. Fitz did a really good job with the collaboration with a loyal relationship in getting seeds for the farmers and thing. Big ups, gotta big up again, brother. That was a timely and maverick collaboration there to get that done.
Yes.
We need all the help we could get in that respect.
The thing is that they want Ralph to be quiet. They want to get him out of the way. But they can't. They can't. So what Ralph should be doing is, when he come on in his program, he should start to sing the song of Robert Nesta Marley. You gonna tired to see me face.
Bad cat.
Can't get me out of the race. Yes.
Come on.
Because look, it's a bad card.
I tell you.
It's a hell of a bad card.
Your partner Peter now sent a picture with tongue. I haven't been downtown in a good while, but tongue look a little spacey. Yeah.
It's a hell of a bad card.
King's tongue on a Thursday.
You know? But is that what they're trying to do? To see if they could get him to push aside. But Ralph is speaking on behalf of...
Are we street? Are we back street?
Ralph is speaking on behalf of the poor and oppressed. And the working people. I mean, Ralph is not perfect. He has his weaknesses. But there's no prime minister and no minister at all that has performed like Ralph Gonsalves in this country.
Facts.
There's no political party that has been led like how Ralph Gonsalves has led the Unity Labour Party. None.
And what was his aim all along? Taking us from one level and elevating the whole nation, from beginning with education, of course.
Yeah?
Making us marketable. In other words, it's not about bringing in industries. You have to have Vincentians at a certain level in order to service them.
Of course.
You know?
But we have done that.
Yeah.
We have done that.
What a shame that Sandals
in the public service.
Mm-hmm.
You have a host of professionals in the public
Absolutely.
service. How the hell they get there?
Absolutely. The human resource lifted.
Then you had this Dondo head, fella John, who is a junior minister or some minister of state or something like that, who say I'm not a child of the revolution.
Yes, that clown. Yes.
Who you have to say that for?
Yes.
If you're not directly or indirectly.
Well, that's the mindset of all of them, you know. Remember, all of them feel they're better than people, you know.
If you're not directly or indirectly.
Of course you are.
Because the fact of the education revolution has influenced the society. Mm-hmm. You see the amount of adults who went back.
The only way you could make that statement is if your parents send you away, you understand, to board in school since you're small.
Yes.
And that was not the case.
No, because...
Where were you educated? Right here?
Right here. Right here. And if you get a scholarship or they send you, it's because they see everybody children going.
That's right.
Yeah? But you go and make that... That is what I tell you, no. It's some rectangular pegs that has been placed in wrong holes.
Oh, boy.
That is why the country is going to roll back. It's going to go back because there are people sitting there who don't know what to do and how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And they could say what they want. All they can do me nothing, you know. I ain't afraid none of them.
Come on.
I ain't afraid not one of them.
Come on.
Because I could tell them who I am, you know. They may not know me in school with them, but I could tell them who I am. Yes. Because I grew up in a poor family.
Facts.
Was not able to get a lot of opportunities that they got. But the good Lord seemed to have taken control and guided me.
Mm-hmm. Allowed you to put your shoulder to the wheel.
Yes.
Yes.
And I put my shoulder to the wheel. And I ensured that my children were not going to experience what I experienced.
True.
And that motivated me right through. And I never bow, I never beg. I could tell you that. I never bow, I never beg. And I speak that word in general. I work like hell and educate my children. Bring all them to a point where they don't have to beg the NDP for nothing.
That's right.
I have a daughter at the mission in New York. The UN mission. She's competent. Because I made sure I work and pay. She has a master's in business. She has a bachelor's in psychology and political science.
Respect due.
She lived there and she could go somewhere else and survive.
Or choose to come back home and serve.
And choose to come back home and serve.
Yes.
You understand? I have two sons. One has a double major in economics. One have a bachelor's in operation management and minor in economics.
Big respect.
I have a daughter. She studied fine arts and performing arts because since she's small, since she's going to school, they've been talking about how she does wine and guitar and so on and so forth. And she fall and she has a bachelor's degree.
Come on.
She's with Staten Island Ballet.
There you go.
In fact, she's teaching at Staten Island Ballet.
The world is your oyster now. You understand what I'm saying?
The point I'm making to you is that from where I come from, I said that ain't happening to my seed. The last boy, he basically now in college doing electrical engineering.
Boy, time flying, boy.
Time flying.
Mother work.
Jaja, no. the point is that that is why I have achieved.
Come on.
With my children. And it ain't just because it happened by accident.
That's right.
I purposely organize and go and walk.
Yes.
The only thing I ain't do is sweep the street.
Yes.
I ain't beg NDP. I ain't beg ULP. Purposely. Purposely.
Yes.
Work hard.
Yes.
With the help of a white angel. And I won't mention it, but what she used to call me. Another white angel used to call me, my brother. The most honorable man in St. Vincent. He said, you know, I'm telling you, you're the most honorable man in St. Vincent. You know? Because she has dealt with me.
Yes.
And whatever you need, I'd help you out. And she did.
Yeah, good people out there, you know.
Yeah.
Good people out there.
The point I'm making is that none of them. The old lady who brought me up all is my mother aunt. Because my grandmother died.
So she was a generation before. Right. I
My
understand.
grandmother died when my mother was 9 days old.
Okay.
So you know I know my grandmother. And her aunt took her,
Right.
brought her up as a daughter. When my mother got pregnant at an early age, she hot girl in town. She put me in a box and she carried me up low, and then she dropped me in the living room by her aunt.
Oh.
And she brought me through. That's the mother I knew. And she teach me a lot of things.
Yes.
A lot of things. Including taking me own iron sleep. And I inherited that, and I put that in the back of my
Back
head.
of your head, yes. That's what
Take
people
your own
used to
iron
say.
sleep.
Yes.
You hear? And she brought me through. I look after that old woman. I bury she. When I go to see her or meet with her to clean her, and I wiping out the big pieces of nampy out she eye, she watch me and she say, "Oh God, Noel, God bless you." When I had to clean she, and she panty tearing up in me hand, although she had a grandchild, a granddaughter who was a nurse living in the house. When I go to clean she panty tearing up in me hand because she pissy skin and she can't change and
Yeah, function, yeah.
When I take off her panty and I pass me hand between she leg to clean it, and she cringe because it's chafe up and so on. When I finish, she said, "Noel, your bread basket would never empty."
Yes.
You think anyone of them could take that from me? No matter how powerful they be, no matter how much political power they have, they can't take that.
Blessings on top of blessings,
They
brother.
can't take that from me.
Yes.
That's why I walk through the tongue like as confident as I am, because I always feel she there next to me. You know? And I could tell you another thing. I never talk this in public. Never talk it in public. I'm 71 years. I never talk it in public.
True.
She took me from Lowman's Liberal Anglican School. And because I used to get in trouble down there. I used to trouble people.
Your mouth, your mouth always get in trouble.
So a girl we used to call she cashy teeth. So I call she cashy teeth. And she like, one bite at me. I run go home. I run go home bawling with the blood of me eye. She said, I'm going to take you from that school there. So she take me from Lowlands Leeward Anglican School. She sent me Wesley Hall School in town.
Right.
And she tell me, "Well, Noel, you know, me can't give you money for buy food, you know. So you have to go by Elsa. And the Elsa give her Marby and a cake. 12 o'clock. Elsa was the cock mother.
Oh, okay.
All of your family. And all I would leave Methodist School. And I'd go on the Bayside, right in front of Nabigoy's house. right on the bayside.
Yeah, for those who remember how it was, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I would sit down there on a stone and lick Akani. Brothers and them would come from school and they would get their lunch and they go back to school and I still sit down on a stone. And she's selling people who come in now to buy fried fish and marby and cake and slice and tart and so on. You know when I gonna get, she gonna call me, boy, come get a cake and a marby. When she done sell.
Yeah.
And what she ain't sell. So I reaching back school 1:30. And meeting Boston by the gate waiting for me.
Screw face.
With the screw face and the big pimple on the tongue. Sometimes I get lick, sometimes I don't.
Yeah, when they fed up.
when he notices a pattern and I'm telling him why.
Something going on, yeah.
He would just let me go inside.
Right.
You understand? I could tell you that. But you know, one thing I would say, apple don't fall too far from the tree. You know? Apple don't fall too far from the tree. But that is something about me.
Yes.
That you know? When I go hungry, I'm hungry, you know, hungry. I go on Grand Gate. And I sit down on top 9 steps. Well, not 9 steps, long steps, we used to call it. Randy Cater was reminding me. I met him in a restaurant and he was talking about 9 steps, long steps. And I sit down on top long steps and looking down the road. You know I used to look for first? The butter pan pantanti head. Because where she walk in was at Harbour Club.
Okay, uptown.
Uptown. And the food that she would think of, she would throw them in a butter pan.
Right. Bring it home.
Bring it home. I want to see the butter pan and know again something for eat. Yeah? And that old woman did. That's why I talk with she all the time, you know. Because she's the mother I know.
Yes.
All them big long walk that I pick up because I used to the bay bottom in the yard, sit down and so on and pick up all them old egg and things that grow inside of me with some long worm, you know, sometimes 2 feet long.
Oh, yeah.
And she would run me down, she would go downtown and she would get some warm draft. You know nothing about warm draft.
I hear about them thinking about it, I never see it.
She'd give me some warm, it tastes bad. And she'd give me some warm draft. And when I'm ready to go off now, she have to run me down.
Again?
Because I'm afraid for going. And she would say, boy, come here. And she would chase me down and then she would hold me. When they're coming out now,
Yeah, come back. Yeah.
she would take a piece of newspaper, some paper, and she would pull them out. All. I'm telling you, and whoever, that is how I come through.
True.
Can't do me nothing.
City of hard knocks.
Yes, and steady blows.
Yes.
They can't do me nothing.
Come on, man.
So they could come after me with all they got. If I have anything that is not mine, it belongs to the people.
True.
So if I clean in this and clean in that, that belongs to the people. It's the people own. By virtue of the people electing you, whether by default or not, you preside over it. So you could do what you want. But not too long. Not too long from now. You will not.
That's the thing.
And we'd see who it belonged to. We'd see whether you had jurisdiction. You know? So come. I ain't afraid of soul. You know?
Come on.
I ain't young. But as you remember what Sparrow say, you're young and strong, I ain't afraid of soul in tongue. If you think you're bad, I'll meet you, I'm more than glad.
Come on.
Come. I'm waiting for you. You know? I ain't afraid of soul. And when I say that, I'm talking in general.
Yes.
Because if you want to know that, ask Ralph. So, where them guys are concerned, they are coming with all kind of thing and saying all kind of thing about people who they have no justification. And there's no justification to say. But Philip Jackson has now qualified himself as an oppressor. how could you say that Ralph Gonsalves cannot be compared to other persons, that he lead a trail of destruction? And how could you just...
It's a senseless tirade. Let me tell you, senseless. It makes no sense.
And you're the punish, because people think punishment only comes from killing a man and so on, Some people think so. But that is not true.
Yeah, the vibration of the table. I'll just any point on the chair or something, yeah.
Yeah. People think that killing a man or wounding a man, shooting a man and so on is where you're getting sins from. No. When you tell lies, when you mislead his chosen people, the poor and the oppressed, because you know, as a Christian, that Christ came on earth and who he walked among?
The poor, the downtrodden, the simple. Yep.
You understand? Zacchaeus?
Not among kings and princes and royalty.
Why telling you?
Yes.
The rich man turned to him. He said, look, you want to follow me? Go get rid of all them riches you had and come. Eh? Because I am here with God chosen people. And if you want to be one of them, go get rid of the riches you have there. So when you want to say that Ralph Gonsalves is the worst thing ever passed through here, with all that he has done for the poor and oppressed, and for the working class, because I can tell you what he has done for them.
And continues to do.
That is why I'm here. Ralph basically, a man, 14 years we were on the street, marching up and down, going on TV, radio, for amendment to the Protection of Employment Act to properly represent poor people and the poor working people. The NDP being in office, they laugh after us. We send overseas to get Leslie Ashley to come from Jamaica and do a draft. Since they ain't doing it, we're going to do it. We combine with Clarence Keyser and Huggins from the Employers Federation and got a draft done, because they, representing the employers, recognize how backward the Protection of Employment Act was.
Right.
But the NDP couldn't and wouldn't. Ashley came here, did a draft. We submitted to the NDP. It stayed with them and grimace. When they saw the writing on the wall now that they're going to lose, they sent to call me to discuss the Protection of Employment. I can say we go deal with this after the election.
Come on, man.
Well, I don't have to tell you what happened after when the election took place. The NDP was in the opposition. You know? 2 years after, the Protection of Employment Act was amended, bringing all kind of rights to workers, protecting them from unfair dismissal, for dismissal to join a trade union of their choice, which were happening under the NDP willy-nilly. Severance pay. The ceiling was removed. You could only get severance pay for 1 year, no matter how long you work. 1 year. 52 weeks. It was amended. Remove the ceiling. So if you work 40 years, you get 40 years severance.
Yes.
You understand?
Come on.
And you telling me, you writing and putting out that Ralph was the worst Prime Minister passed through here? What happened to you? You had to be living under a stone. Or you're totally removed from reality in the country. And you got elected to go into Parliament, to form the cabinet of this country, to make decisions on behalf of the same poor and working people.
I tell you.
That's a misfit. That's a misfit.
That's a good word.
Yes, it's a misfit. So, what are you talking about? In relation to the SRNOs. 4 other pieces of SRNOs recognizing different categories of workers were introduced under the Unity Labour Party. And what is important for you to note is that immediately as the ULP got office, the Ministry of Labour resided in the Prime Minister's office, the first time in history. When I went overseas, and I revealed that the persons wanted to come here because I wanted to meet him.
Mm-hmm.
Because they realized that's rare.
Yes.
But he's a man who have the interest in the working people.
Mm-hmm.
So he wanted to make changes. So he brought it in his office and brought in Eden Saga to help him. But this little fella here come right at thing and talk about Ralph is the worst thing ever passed through here. Who he talking to? Not us. He's speaking to some alien kind of thing he proposed. Yeah. He can't be real. And he's in the Ministry of Education.
I tell you, that's the scary part.
Don't expect no progress there. You know?
You understand?
Don't expect no progress there. Expect stagnation and things that are way off, not relevant to the children's education and the development of education in the country, you know? Because if you say something like that, knowing all these things has happened, something is wrong with you. Something is wrong with you. Seriously wrong with you, you know? So, brother, I know that what we are talking here is factual. And Ralph record on behalf of the poor and oppressed could stand and scream. He could beat his chest. And according to the Calypsonian, who does sing that? I feel like beat me chest.
Oh, as we own James E.P., man.
James E.P.
Yes, man.
He could beat his chest.
Absolutely.
Because of what he has done for the time he has been in office. I'm not saying he's perfect, you know. Because none of us are. None, not any one of us. We have sinned and fall short of the glory of God. But he's out front. And no matter what happens, he would continue to be out front. I can tell you that. Because this NDP administration, based on the way they're going, and based on the way the tail is wagging the dog,
Hey.
you're not going to make any progress.
I tell you, brother.
Because the tail is wagging the dog, you know. Because I hate through the grapevine that the Prime Minister, Present Prime Minister wanted Kishore to be Deputy Prime Minister because he afraid my family go do what you doing now.
Well, based on the thing and so on,
and
the thing before the court and all them things.
We're telling you.
We're watching all them things. Peter calling from England. We try to talk to Peter and hear what he's saying.
So I hear the man take up a chair. And he say,
Noel,
what's wrong with you?
Otley Hall.
Hold on, brother, hold on.
He said,
Okay, all right.
what happened to you? I there all the time.
Listen.
You just come and get it there. Eh? I can bust it this and head.
Listen.
What?
This is high level.
High level comments. And not just comments, it's facts.
High level comments in this thing.
I'm telling you.
All right. Let me talk to Peter.
Brother.
Yes, brother. What's going on?
Yes, I did, you know.
You get the comments too?
We have. Well, I hear in the comments, but
Wait
you
a
know,
minute.
something had to be wrong with that boy here. That's all I could say, because you know, definitely something wrong with the head. But they talking about bad projects and this and destruction.
Which bad
But
project?
look at what
You
they
talk
left.
about bad project?
No, but it's
Say
they that
$1
left
million
the bad
project.
projects.
They
Is the last
had a bad
NPG
project?
that leave it. Otley Hall.
Yes.
Union Island.
Yes.
Union Island Marina.
Yes.
The destruction of the sugar mill.
Yes.
The destruction of oil.
Yes.
The destruction of cane. They sold the only thing that was making money. They sell it off to their friends.
Yeah. Yeah.
The rum factory.
Yeah, the distillery.
You forget Mitchie Baby. You forget Mitchie Baby. They tried to put in there. AJ, what happened there? They could not think of a project, execute it, and make it profitable or make it work.
Because
that is what common sense is half of it.
Because they had no good intention for the country.
That's right. No good intentions at all.
No.
The coconut oil industry. Trinidad getting all the copra.
I tell you.
Eh? And sending back the oil for us to buy.
Exactly. No, but it is what they could get in their pocket.
Yeah,
Remember the promise of biscuit factory since 1900.
With 3 ships.
Yeah. Promise of biscuit. The promise of biscuit factory.
Look at
right now, the hotel name out there, they put it right now.
Which one?
The new hotel that we build, new thing, fancy hotel also. Holiday Inn. Holiday Inn, the other side there right now. Yeah. Where the famed biscuit factory was supposed
Yeah.
Well, boy, look. We had our own milk factory. We had Diamond Dairy.
Well, that's one of the big tragedies.
And they just look how much fruits we have in St. Vincent.
You understand?
We had fruit juices and milks and everything coming out of there. And they just let it go.
You're talking about that. While you're talking about that, let me talk about something. Because they seem to be claiming things that they had nothing to do with.
You
see the amount of tomatoes on the street? Big, nice, beautiful tomatoes. Huh? That project was put in place, that idea was put in place since the ULP was in office.
Yes.
It now start to bear fruit.
Sabi, yeah.
Yeah, Sabi, of course.
Well, what I see them doing, is rebranding everything.
Yes.
With a ULP, with an NDP brand. Everything.
Well,
they're changing a word here, a word there.
Yes.
But it's the same package.
They're famous for do that.
It's the same product in a new package.
They're famous for do that.
That is all it is.
Because the first period in office, they yam down everything Labour Party put there. Left there.
You know?
Destroy the bank,
everything. Changing it. But it's a good thing that you have activists like yourself and Noah and me and the other activists online that we refuse to lie down and play dead for them. We keep reminding them that this is not your project. This is the project you have repurposed and you're trying to say is yours. And it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. You know?
Yeah.
You remember they used to have half their school for primary school.
Yes. Of course.
For some of them.
Of course.
You know? Comrade said none of that. Everybody got
to
school.
Everybody to house everybody.
School.
Yes.
Everybody.
The pupil to teacher ratio was 52. 52.
Yes.
Poor teacher.
Look, but look how much university teachers we have now in primary schools.
That is why all the schools are doing well. All the schools.
Absolutely.
And boy, let me tell you, sometimes it really get me vexed. And I really want to call in and misbehave, but I know that I can't misbehave on the radio. When I see y'all and the mics are off, I could tell you what I think of them.
Yeah, right there on a piece of paper.
All I said during this thing, that fellows understood.
I can't do it as this.
Fellows understood. He's either mullet or crab.
I tell you.
And I asked, anybody know what Chatham Bay sell for? And who is the lawyer?
Me don't know. We don't know. You still sell for some one.
I'm gonna keep asking the question.
Should the grapevine it sold for $63 million? Much cheaper than what was sold on for sandals and other places and so on. You know.
I asked Dr. Cox this morning if he know.
How much of that go in the treasury?
He don't know either.
How much of that go in the treasury?
Whatever do in the dark must come to light.
Must come to light.
Yes.
Because they must put it in the books. Just like how much he paid for your house. We live up in St. Vincent.
Who?
That must come to light.
Who
and
that?
you got to explain to the people that he's not doing what he's supposed to do. But he renting big house for himself.
He playing house or he staying cobblestone
all of them things.
You renting house or he staying cobblestone in? Yeah, he's cobblestone in your stay.
Oh,
okay.
Put money in the people's pocket.
Oh.
Cobblestone in, yeah.
So you mean wait. So he renting house, but he's staying at cobblestone.
Yeah. You see vehicle there?
He paying two rent. He paying two rent which he don't need to pay for because he had prime minister. Okay, right. Well, he got to account for it.
Of course, he had to account for it.
Wait now.
And they are compared to what was being spent when our prime minister was using
and they love to talk about accountability, you know.
Yeah. Well,
yes,
it had to happen.
But I also saw something with Chevron John and selling callaloo soup out of the office. I hope it's given away. She giving away callaloo soup.
They went overseas.
I tell you, we'll be keeping up with the commission.
Yeah,
Hacking Simmons in the other part. Yeah,
and so on and so forth.
So it's callaloo soup. Jesus Christ.
Well, the poster there, me see a poster, so me have to ask if that's true.
Yeah.
You know? But the thing also is, right? Now, if she is using, that is an office paid for with government money. Therefore, if she is using it without paying rent for it and pocketing the money, that is
corruption.
There you go.
Exactly.
Corruption.
So the question have to be now: is she giving it? If she's giving it away, that's fine. But if she's selling it and pocketing the money, that is a jailable offense.
Where she going to get it for? She marketing some ass?
Well, me, y'all asking me. Me 4,000 miles away, so we can only ask questions.
Boy,
anyhow, gentlemen.
Watch how the place come.
Boy, anyhow, we're going to take a sleep now.
Love every
because,
time.
we are seeing Marshall coming up in a few hours, and it's going to be 2 o'clock here, and I want to listen.
Oh, you want to catch it? Yeah, man.
Okay.
All right,
yes,
brother.
Yes, sir.
Love.
Anyhow, then.
Love and blessings.
Love every time.
All right.
Easy.
Yeah, man.
Well, you give me that comments there so late.
Come down, father.
You give me that comments there so late, man.
Boy,
coming out to the tail end. Wait a minute.
I tell you.
You know, I'm asking myself, right? If Labour done half of them thing, you understand?
Yeah, but they would have
run me down.
They turn the place upside down looking for things, you know.
They would have run me down to the lowest.
It remind me of Matadial when Matadial say, leave him, let me dig up shit for him. And he could only find me mortgage.
Wait a minute.
Oh Lord.
It's a special place.
I tell you.
You gotta love it, you know. You gotta love this place, but you know,
we love it.
Certain elements and things.
That's why we behaving the way we behaving now.
Yeah, certain elements just how the place stand up and body. You know what I mean? Anyway, we're out of time, man. We're out of time. So we're going to shut down the live and all of that.
Yes.
Thanks to everybody who participated, man. Yes. You know, and we're going to do this again, of course, next week. Time to do something next week. Yeah. Because we had a shorter week, you know, this week. Yeah, with the holiday and thing. You understand? But blessed love. Yeah, we're going to leave you with this one here as we slip on out.
Yes.